Well, I think for Chris, I think Chris needs to be able to demonstrate more, why she is, how she is connected to CD2, and demonstrate that she really is connected if she believes that she's connected. I think for Paul, I think he needs to stress that he can be more of an independent thinker, even though he's a seasoned, twice elected politician, 3 times elected actually. I think he needs to stress his that he doesn't go along with the pack.
That's a good observation, because as an assembly member, he basically votes with the majority 90% of the time. He follows the lead of Karen Bass, who, and that's true in any legislator. I'm not singling out California, and I'm singling out Paul Krikorian, because anybody in that system does that very, very same thing. But it doesn't translate very well to the city. You really have to be independent, and I don't think we have any independence in this city, because how many votes do we see that are 15-0, 14-1, whatever? You can't have that kind of unanimity all the time and take it seriously. It's like you have to say to yourself, hold it, they're always voting together? I mean, is anybody really deliberating? I don't think that's happening.
Yeah. And I picked those 2 issues because I think Paul is stronger in that he has connections to CD2, at least part of, because he's represented part of this district as an assemblyman. And I think Chris has the ability to say, I'm an outsider, I can be independent. I have my personal feelings about both of them, but I think I picked those 2 issues because I think one is stronger in one and one is stronger in the other, and so
when I interviewed Chris many weeks ago at this point, I said, hey Chris, I said, no one knows you in CD2. I mean, I've been involved in the neighborhood council system for about 5 years, and I know other people have been around for a while. No one knows who you are. They've never seen you in CD2. I said, what made you run? All of a sudden, I mean, you didn't wake up one morning and say, I'm going to run in CD2. Even though I have never had a presence. I said, did anyone influence you? I said, in particular, Wendy Grohl. And she said, no. And I have a problem with that. I mean, I know in the end, it's Chris's decision to run. No one held a gun to her head and said, run or else. But she had to have had conversations with people at City Hall, or, supporters of City Hall, to make this decision. It just didn't pop into her head. And someone must have planted the seed, whether it's Wendy, whether it was somebody in the mayor's office, I don't know. But I just don't think I'm getting, a straightforward response out of her on that issue.
Well, going back to all politics are local, Chris seems to focus very heavily on the citywide issues, the budget, crime, protection, and that's important. But I would say to her that instead of just learning about the issues, because we have many like we do, besides the citywide issues, there has to be local issues that she is going to hit the ground running. What do you plan to do about the issues that we have in CD2? Not just advocate for world peace and bring health and prosperity to the district. What specifics do we have? And I think Paul Krikorian, my advice to him would be, you've got those specifics in your head because I've heard them in private conversations. Let's hear about them. Let's hear about what is influencing you to move from the assembly to the local district. You have ties here. What was the overriding consideration for you to take the jump? And, I'd like to hear from Chris how she is going to represent this district, you know, and again, why is she running here? Why did she make that move? And, you know, what is she doing with that great big dog in an apartment?
Well, that's right. Now I remember she did. Toby, yeah.
Because
Yes,
we've heard that Toby and Maggie are having an
Maggie,
affair.
yeah,
Maggie
I know.
is Pete's dog.
Exactly. I think there's something going on there.
That was during the primary.
Oh,
Now
okay.
The primary's over. That affair.
The relationship is
Yeah.
over.
But, and you've told her about that too, haven't you?
And Maggie was paid off with a bunch of Milk-Bone dog biscuits, right?
Yes,
Ah.
and
Okay.
you know,